Welcome to Massive Open Online Course. I am Dipti Ranjan Patnaik. I am going to teach about the digital communication system, which is a vital or important subject in the today's communication system. So, before that, we have to know that why we need a communication system, what is the benefit of the communication system in the next 5G, 6G communication system. So, before that we have to first know the what is the course objective. The primary objective of this course is to introduce the basic techniques used in modern communication systems. So, these are basic techniques we will study, or after this course you will know the basic techniques used in the modern communication system, and then to provide basic tools and methodologies also in analysis and design of these digital systems. Then after this course the students are expected to understand the information flow in communication system and the theories and techniques of the modulation, coding and transmission. We have already, I think you have already read so many things in analog communication systems also, the modulation techniques, different modulation techniques, transmission techniques. Herein also in digital communication also we will study those modulation, coding and transmission techniques. Then we can analyze the merits and demerits of the different techniques used in the digital communication system. Then after studying these techniques we can apply this basic concept to understand the performance, understand and perform the research and development related to new system or next generation wireless communication system or wired communication system, anything. Then before that, in everything we should know about the history. The history, in history, for communication or for conveying the message, the smoke, flag or horn, these were used as a historic signal. After electricity, generation of electricity or invention of electricity, first Samuel Morse, he has demonstrated a telegraph which was used to transmit the message signals from a source point to a destination point. In 1838 he has demonstrated the telegraph. Next in 1876 telephone was introduced by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876, after the electromagnetic wave was invented by James Clerk Maxwell, discovered by. Then the pioneer work done by Marconi in 1895, he has worked in radio waves. Then in 1901 he has transmitted the first wireless signal across the Atlantic between Cornwall and Newfoundland at a distance of 2100 miles. For that he has got the Nobel Prize in 1909. Then we will move to the introduction section. What is the aim of the communication system, or what is the purpose of the communication system? The aim of the communication system is to transfer information, or the information means which conveys the meaning from a source point to a destination point through a channel or medium. For example, radio. For example, radio. Your in that case, the source is a microphone. Source is your microphone. Then your at destination, it is speaker, and the channel is nothing but a space. this is the one source is there, microphone, one destination is the speaker, and in between them the channel is space, that is radio wave communication. Similarly in TV, what will happen? In TV it is the source is both your microphone also and for camera, for video signal, for audio signal there is microphone. Then destination is your picture tube or TV destination. Then your channel is again space. Then again one example is telephone. What is a telephone? Wait, in telephone or cellular communication, cellular telephone, what is the your source? Your source is your mobile phone. Destination is also your, it can be a mobile phone also. Then its channel is your space. And if we can give an example like optical communication also. Source is optical, so destination is optical, the channel is optical fiber. It in free space optics, that is wireless optical system, that is source is optical transmitter, laser, or then the destination is optical receiver, and the channel is free space, that is optical signal will transmit through that channel. So this is the basic radio communication system. Now what are the basic building blocks of any communication system? First of all, it should have a valid source, and that valid source will generate the signals, and it informative signals, and that will transmitted through some devices, and then it will again listened by a sink, intended sink. That means that sink should be known to source. Then to the source, what is the building now the building blocks are your input transducer. Before that we should know what is the source. What is the sources are there? Sources may be analog or digital inputs. Any speaking something, messaging something, anything that can transmit or convey the information. That these signals generated are natural, but this area, these are the basic these are the, I mean, like input transducer and a transmitter, and output transducer and receiver. These are mainly electrical components or electrical devices. So first of all we have to convert this natural signal to electrical signal through a transducer. Is nothing but transducer is nothing but it converts the signal from one form to another form. Now it's natural. Then input transducer will do what it will do. It will just transfer this natural signal to electrical equivalent. This electrical signal now can be used in the transmitter section, because I am just giving you a schematic diagram. In the transmitter section we have so many blocks are there, and that blocks are electrical blocks. That transmitter will transmit the signal to the channel. Channel is natural. Then channel will through the channel the receiver will receive the signal from the channel. Then the receiver will again receive the electrical signal. This electrical signal should this signal not electrical this signal should be conveyed by the sink, but it can understand directly the electrical signal. So, that electrical signal should be converted to natural, and it is performed by the output transducer. Then this is the overall description of this schematic diagram of communication system. Next, something again something I want to tell what is the source, transmitter, channel and receivers. The source may be your analog or digital signals. Your transmitter may be antenna, it can be antenna or amplifier or modulator or oscillator. Now, channel can be classified as wireline or wireless. So, wireline it can be optical or optical fiber, and electrical twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and waveguide. Now, for wireless communication or wireless channel can be a radio or optical also, that is FSO, that is free space optics. Okay. Here we are using just as a transmitter, we are using a transmitter receiver, we are using lasers, actually laser devices. Then receiver may be what it's like antenna, it is also antenna amplifier, and instead of modulator in the receiver, that modulated signal should be demodulated. That is why it is known as demodulator. Now, sink, what is sink? Sink is last user, that may be a computer, that may be a loudspeaker, then there are a human being who can hear the signal through ear. Now, that was the schematic block diagram of the digital communication. Now, the actual block diagram of digital communication system. Okay. First of all, there is a information source and A to D converter. This is the point actually. The information, it is two parts. One is information source, second one is A to D converter. If signal, as we are studying the digital communication system, that means the input should be in a digital form, so that the communication system can be accomplished very good. So, information source, in previous slide we have seen that signal may be analog form or in digital form. So, in analog form, if the signal is in analog form, that means it can be directly used in the communication system, in the digital communication system. So, we have to convert this signal to A to D converter, that is analog to digital converter, that is just input is analog, output is digital, A to D converter. Okay. Then what will happen? Then now here the signal is in digital form. Okay. Now this digital signal is passes through a source encoder. We have two encoders here. That this part is nothing but your, from schematic diagram, it is nothing but your transmitter, and this part is nothing but your receiver. Inside transmitter we have source encoder, channel encoder and digital modulator. So, we will study one by one. So, then source encoder, why we use source encoder, then why we use channel encoder, then what is the purpose of digital modulator, then then after the signal is converted to a proper format, then that signal will be transmitted through a channel, and digital demodulator will receive the transmitted signal from the transmitter, and then it will again reverse the process. It was the channel encoder, means here it will decode the channel. Here the source is encoded and source was encoding the signal, that way source will decode the signal at the receiver side. Okay. Then we will study what is the purpose of the source encoder, channel encoder, channel decoder and source decoder in the next slide. Then after the signal is received by the source decoder, this will go to the D to A converter. Now this is also two blocks, separate blocks. The D to A converter first, then it will go to the information sink. The D to A converter, what will happen? This signal is digital. This is digital. Now the signal is digital. Now it will convert to a natural form or analog form, something depending upon the users. Okay. Now the brief of the block diagrams. The information source. Information source may be your data, that is human voice, storage devices, that is CD or DVD, something. Then data type may be analog information or digital information. The analog information, that is infinite set of information. Digital information means that is finite set of information. That analog information may be audio, image, etc. But digital information are computer data, keyboard, just 1, 2, 3 letters A, B, C, D. That's now information source, as it was information source. Then you have a input transducer. First, then that input transducer, what it does, it converts the physical quantity, any physical quantity, to electrical quantity or electrical signal. Already we have studied in the previous slides. Then before converting the analog to digital, it should be in electrical form. Note that. So in analog to digital, then to process the signal in the digital blocks, digital communication blocks, first of all it should convert to analog to digital form, analog signal to digital form. To do this, we have 3 steps, that is, one is sampling, second one is quantization, third one is encoding. We will study in the upcoming lectures. This sampling, what is sampling means, and what is the meaning of quantization, and what is the meaning of encoding. This after these all performance, we will get the digital signal. Then we will see that what is the source encoder. Then source as encoder is nothing but digital information. Whatever the digital information coming out of the source consists of lots of redundancy bits. Redundancy means unwanted bits, which when transmitted, as it is result in improper bandwidth. If we have suppose example, we have 10011001 something bits like that. If we have unwanted bits inside this the chunk of bits, if we will remove, if I need only 10101 or 00 I have 011 I have written 1. So in this, that extra bit are 0 and 1. For this bit, it takes bandwidth, more bandwidth. That's why the bandwidth is utilized improperly. So here, that's why the result in poor efficiency. So what is the objective of this source encoder? Main objective is to eliminate or reduce the redundancy, means it is a extra bits or extra extra means unwanted. Okay. Then it will again, then it will proper bandwidth utilization will be proper. So it is nothing but, it is also nothing but the technique known as a compress. So it will compress the signal, the message signal or information by eliminating the redundancy bits or information into minimum number of bits. Then that it also does that source encoder converts information waveforms to bits. It was the this is the information bits. This is the here bits will come, the information bits. Information waveforms, that audio image text to bits. For example, some source encoders are Huffman coding, Shannon-Fano coding, arithmetic coding, which are used for text message signals. JPEG is used for image signal. Then MPEG for video information. MP3 and MP4 are used for audio information. These are used to compress the input signals depending upon the types of the signals. Then your channel encoder. The channel encoder is nothing but the, basically it is used to correcting the error which is added at the in the channel. So during communication, the channel the noise is added in the channel. So to reduce the so many errors can be occurred. That's why basically used for error correction and noise control. During information transmission, the signal may get altered. The signal may get altered due to the presence of noise in the channel. Hence, to reduce this, the channel encoder uses some redundant bits or error correcting bits in the transmitted information bits. So, the information should not be get altered. That's why we are using a redundant bits. In the next slide, we will study properly what is the working of the channel encoder. Then this converts bits to again signal form, so that it can be transmitted through a channel. So, example are linear block codes, cyclic codes, repetition codes, convolution codes and turbo codes. These are used for channel encoding purpose. Now, our next block is digital modulator. The digital modulator, why it is used? To information is represented in a form which is compatible with the channel. So, herein the encoded bits which are coming from channel encoder bits are transmitted using high frequency carrier signal. I have already told in the first slide. This is known as nothing but modulation technique. Now, in order to propagate in the channel, the digital sequence is again converted to analog equivalent. Okay. In order to propagate in the channel, this is the main propagate in the channel. It should be converted to analog equivalent. Now, channel is nothing but a physical medium. It may be wireless, wireline, anything, or a glass fiber, optical fiber, to convey the encoded information bearing signal from transmitter to a receiver. Just it passes the signal through a physical medium. A channel has a certain amount of capacity. A channel has a certain amount of capacity for transmitting the information, generally measured by its bandwidth. This is the important thing, or information rate. So, how much information can be transmitted through a channel? It is decided by its capacity or information rate, that which is measured in terms of bits per second. So, the channel can be again air, wire or optical cable. The channel decoder processes the received encoded information and decodes the information with the help of the redundant data inserted by the channel encoder. Okay. In other words, channel encoder attempts to reconstruct the original transmitted signal. That is, reconstructed the original transmitted signal from knowledge of the codes used by the channel encoder and the redundancy contained in the received data. Then after that we have source decoder. Finally, the source decoder has it reconstructs the original information message, that at the source decoder output the original information signal will be come. Next, the reconstructed information message is an approximation of the original message, not exactly equal to x bar, but it is equivalent. Then after the source decoder output is your digital signal. Now again the digital signal is should be converted to analog form. That is, it performs just opposite to the A to D converter, where it was in A to D converter it was the sampling, quantization and encoding was at the transmitter section. So, by keeping the knowledge of the techniques used in the transmitter, the D to A converter will convert the signal into digital to analog form. Next, information sync, that is the intended user, which is nothing but the your last user. Next, what is the advantages of the digital communication system? The effect of distortion, noise and interference is much less in digital system as compared to analog. The circuit used in digital communication are more reliable. Reliable means that is trustworthy or performing consistently. Next, these circuits are easy to design and also cost effective. Then flexible hardware implementation. Then analog. The crosstalk, that signal crosstalk is during communication is very rare in digital communication. Then the encryption and compression techniques, which are mainly used in digital communication system to provide the secrecy of the information, the security of the information. By employing error detecting and error correcting codes, the probability of error occurrence is also reduced. Probably we will study in the next lectures. Then using multiplexing techniques, different data formats, that is speech, video and other data may be merged and transmitted over a communication channel. But in analog communication, different data formats cannot be transmitted, only single format, that is video means only video data can be multiplexed, but in digital communication all other data formats can be also multiplexed into a single channel. Then the disadvantages are loss of information due to sampling. We will study the sampling, that is, if the signal is like this, if we will sample, then in between the sample, if there is important information, then instead of getting this information, we will get this and this information. That's the information loss may occur. Then higher bandwidth is required as compared to analog transmission. Then the processing is typically more complex because so many devices are there, encoders, decoders are there. That's why the process is very complex. Then extra circuitry for encoding and decoding as compared to analog, but there was no encoding decoding separately. Analog signal must be converted to digital pulse prior to transmission. It should be converted to digital pulse and converted back to the original form from at receiver. Thus, requires additional circuitry, that is analog to digital, then again digital to analog. This additional circuitry is required. Then it requires more synchronization. That is the main point in communication system, digital communication system. Digital transmissions require precise time synchronization between the clocks in the transmitter and receiver. That we'll study in the oscillator, that local oscillators should be synchronized.